Hi, I'm Pro Greg. Dana wrote to me recently, and she said that she's recently returned from a 2-week retreat in Thailand. She has some very positive experience meditating on the in and out breath, and now she's back home, and she's find that she has a tendency to be disassociating from things and dissatisfied with things. But of course it'll stop meditating. Dana, don't stop. Don't stop meditating. We will find as we meditate, we start to see that many of the things in life are unsatisfactory. I mean, that's what the first noble truth of Buddhism is all about. And as a householder, there are many things that, whether you like to or not, we have to do them. We have to go to work, we have to pay our rent, we need to put the kids through school, buy them school uniforms, all these sorts of things. They might seem unsatisfactory, but they're things that we have to do, unless you're going to give them up completely. And so it is difficult. We find that we're not satisfied with them, but sometimes we have to put up with them. But there are certain things, if you find yourself disassociating from friends who, for instance, just want to go out and get drunk or get stoned, things like that. This is a perfectly normal thing for you to start being dissatisfied with and wanting to disassociate yourself from, because we're starting to see that these things don't bring happiness. They don't bring any. It's not a lasting happiness. It's a happiness that requires certain conditions, and so to become dissatisfied with things like these, idle gossip and just watching the soap operas and discussing that with your mates in the office or at school the following day, we're starting to see that they're actually not very satisfactory at all. And so I wouldn't stop meditating. Get back into it, Dana. It's the best thing you can possibly do. It's almost like doubt has now taken you out of your meditation practice, and doubt is, of course, a very big enemy of the meditator. And so please, 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 go back to your meditation practice. It sounds like it was actually working. Your other question, you're asking me whether or not a 1-month retreat is appropriate for individuals, especially, I guess, newbies at the meditation practice. Well, actually, yeah, they are quite appropriate. The thing is, we have to look at the individual. Not all individuals are good candidates, in actual fact, for meditation. Some people think that you can use meditation to instead of medication for some forms of mental illnesses. This is something that I don't personally advocate myself. But for most of us, there's absolutely nothing wrong with with a 1-month meditation course. And in fact, here at Wat Si Bun Luang, a 1-month course would be what we would call a beginner's course. The same Wat Doi Su Tep, Wat Rampang, Wat Chom Tong, just to name the few that I have any sort of personal knowledge of. They all have the 26-day basic beginner's course, and although they are intensive meditation courses, they start off gradually and build up slowly but surely over a period of time. There's no sudden rush to sit down and in the full lotus position and sit in the sit in meditation for an hour or so. You know, they do start you off slowly. There are guided meditations. You have a teacher who you'll meet with at least once a day, and you know that teacher should be available to you throughout the day in case there are any problems that you're encountering in your meditation. And so, you know, if you're thinking about doing a 1-month course, then, you know, I say go for it. Just go for it, and, you know, get the best that you can get out of it. You know, honestly, it won't hurt you. All right. I hope that answers your question, Dana. Okay. Bye.